Okay, so we've been steaming for 10 or 15 minutes pretty heavily. These are the flame seedless, 7.5 pounds, about 8.5 pounds maybe, 8 pounds. And I'm waiting for the juice to start coming out. And instead of using a jar this time, I'm just going into the stock pot like I did last time. I got my mess cleaned up. The bottom of the jar broke. And that doesn't happen very often, but the jar must not have been warm enough. Okay, here it goes. We've been going 20 minutes since we changed batches. 15 or 20 minutes. And it's starting to overflow right here. There's a little crook that goes down, so that much of the pan is full up to here. And then it starts to overflow, and pretty soon it just pushes it all out. Been pushing juice out for 2 or 3 minutes here. Not very much. You can see it's just a little bit in the bottom of the pan. When we get done here, we're just watching this because in real time I think it'll make more sense. When we get done with this, I will pour the juice out of the catch pan here at the top of the tube into this pan, and then we will set the strainer cloth on top of this and put the pulp in on top of this so that it can drip into its own juice pan. When we go to bottle it, we'll get this pan full of juice boiling and then put it in the jars like we've done before. So we're going on maybe 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes. The grapes up top are cooking down. The grape level of grapes in there is cooking down. It's at least 1.5 or 2 inches from the lid now. And the juice is filling up from the bottom of the pan to the top of the elbow here on the tube. And once that happens, it'll push a lot of juice over the top. You can see we've spilled on the stove, and of course things start to burn. It looks really bad, but when we started things were clean. Okay, so we're going on 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes. I feel like this batch is unusual, but I'm standing here watching it, and I guess that makes a difference. What I've seen before is a huge push of juice out this tube, and in moments it's done. I hesitate to take the lid off because I want the steam pressure to be the same inside the cooker. So we don't want to be impatient and check to see what's happening. I just expect a lot more juice to come out than this. Okay, so it stopped dripping. I'm going to say that's good enough, but that sure didn't react like most of our batches. Now let's take a pause and we'll set up to strain the top. Okay. Now it's siphoning. It just didn't siphon normal. There's plenty of juice in here. This whole thing was complete, almost full to the cone top of juice, and it wasn't siphoning out like there may have been something caught up under the little siphon. Okay, good job. Still plenty of water for another batch. Put the other half, 5.5 pounds in here. And this will be the last of the flame seedless. Okay, we got another 5.5 pound batch here, and it's already boiling, and it's 25 after the hour. And we'll see how well this does. Come back momentarily. Okay, so that batch is done juicing. All 14 pounds is now juice in the pot. And we've dumped the pulp in this pan just now. I just finished dumping the second batch in here, and what it'll do is it'll separate some of the juice. You can see the juice in the corner here, down there. And we'll just hand strain that, hold the grapes back, and run it through a strainer, what little juice there is, up into this pot as it begins to boil. And after this begins to boil, we'll put it in the jar and seal it. Okay, we've bottled up the juice and we're putting it away. This one here is a little bit lighter because I put a couple of inches of boiling water in to fill up the jar from what the juice made, actually. It won't quite be as concentrate. You can see the color difference, but it'll be very good, and we have a full jar of juice. Okay, put things away for today. All of our Concords and all of our flame seedless are done, and then we are needing to finish up the Suffolk Red. I'm not sure how much is out there, but there's still some juice, and we're going to get it done too.